So, we've been talking about ways that people change the environment and reasons people have for changing the environment. Today, we're going to shift our focus a little bit from the people to the environment. Okay. And we're going to talk about the changes that we actually see in the environment. The land itself actually changes, and we're going to talk about why that happens. What causes that to occur? First, I need you to complete part one of your worksheet. It's the geography review. You're going to fill in the blanks to complete the paragraph. Pause the video, complete part one. All right, you should be done with part one. Let's move on. The main change in the environment that we're going to talk about today is coastal erosion. Coastal erosion is the loss of land on the coast, and coastal erosion is threatening many areas of Louisiana. That second point, that coastal erosion is threatening many areas of Louisiana, is actually why we're going to focus in on it today. The land changes in lots of different ways, but we're going to focus on coastal erosion because it's one of the ways that is impacting Louisiana the most. Now, first we have this big question to answer. Why does the land change? And there are different causes. Some are natural and some are human caused. Now, natural causes for the land changing might be storms, floods, animals, and waves. Human causes might be drilling for oil, building dams, and building levees. All of these cause the land to change. Some of them come from nature, some of them come from humans. So let's take a look. Storms. Storms impact the land in a huge way. When Hurricane Katrina hit Louisiana and New Orleans, it rammed into the coast and actually changed the shape of the coastline of Louisiana. It changed the land in a big way. Now, are storms natural or human caused? Do they come from nature? Do they come from humans? Well, storms come from nature. That's a way that nature changes the land. People can do different things to try and lessen the impact and the damage of the storm, but the storm itself comes from nature. What about oil drilling? Is oil drilling a human or natural cause for land changing? Oil drilling is caused by humans. Now, we see some of the ways that it impacts the land here when we see these giant canals dug out so that people can get to the oil drills. And we can see that it impacts the land in a major way. Now, it might make you think, what is oil used for? Why might some people support drilling for oil even though it hurts the environment? Well, oil is used for energy and it's turned into gasoline for cars. So why might some people support drilling for oil even though it hurts the environment? Well, it allows people to have energy to travel in their cars. Also, it's somebody's job to drill that oil and take it to a store and sell it at the store. So some people depend on it for their jobs. That's why they might support oil drilling even though it hurts the environment. Now let's go back to coastal erosion. Coastal erosion is the loss of land on the coast. I have a video that'll help show what coastal erosion looks like. Now I'm going to put my arrow right where the coast is at the beginning, all right? Now this is a camera that films the beach all day and it's sped up so it looks really fast. And it is really fast because it's being sped up. This didn't actually happen this fast. Now look, you can start to see the land drifting back from where it started. I'll keep my arrow where it is. But remember that coastal erosion is the loss of land. We're actually losing land and it's becoming part of the ocean. More coastal erosion, more coastal erosion. Now look how much land is lost over the course of just one day. That is coastal erosion. It's the loss of land on the coast. All right. Now, we said that coastal erosion is threatening many areas of Louisiana. That should make you ask, why Louisiana? Right? Why are we having this problem all along the coast in Louisiana? Well, there's a few different reasons. Now, Louisiana is in the southeast region of the United States where you'll find coastal plains. Plains are low, flat lands. So that means there's an extra danger of flooding because they're not very high up. Also, the eastern side of the United States gets a lot more rain than the western side. So that's, again, more water that can wear down at the land and cause coastal erosion. Hurricanes also generally come from the southeast. So hurricanes come right through this path here, right across Louisiana and New Orleans. Another reason is the way we use the Mississippi River. So most rivers should bring soil and dirt down from the mountains and drop them off on the land as it goes to the sea. Now, we've built many levees on the Mississippi River to protect from flooding. And so a lot of the dirt doesn't collect on the land and make it strong. Instead, it flows straight out into the ocean. So levees are another reason that coastal erosion occurs. All right, now let's bring it back and get to the bottom of what is causing coastal erosion. We talked about several different reasons, and we need to know how coastal erosion happens so we can learn how to stop it. There are other cities like Miami that are on the beach, and they're also suffering from coastal erosion. Look what happens to Miami when the waves get high enough at high tide. We don't want this happening in New Orleans and Louisiana, so that's why we need to understand coastal erosion better. Now, the first suspect, the first cause for coastal erosion, might be flooding and storms. We know that storms can cause flooding, which will cause the water to cover the land and create erosion. In this picture, we see the way the storm can damage and weaken the land, making it very easy to wash away. The second suspect is animals. Some animals, such as nutria, that's these little guys here, the river rats, eat the roots that help hold the soil together, putting these areas at risk for coastal erosion. When the animals eat the roots that hold the land together, that land can wash away and be lost to coastal erosion. Another suspect in this mystery is waves and rising sea levels. So sea levels are actually rising, causing waves to crash higher and higher up on the land. This is breaking apart the land and causing erosion, just like we saw in our video. The fourth suspect is oil drilling. Now remember, this is completely caused by humans. Drilling for oil and building the canals to move the oil are some of the leading causes of coastal erosion. All that drilling and cutting into the land weakens the land, and it can just drift away and wash away when another storm comes. Now we've learned 4 different suspects that might be causing coastal erosion, that might be to blame for coastal erosion. But one of the big ideas that we need to remember is that not just one of these causes is the reason for coastal erosion. They all cause coastal erosion. They all work together. So if we weren't drilling for oil, then our land wouldn't be so weak when a storm hits that coastal erosion would impact us so badly. So it's not just one cause, but all of these causes working together that makes coastal erosion such a problem in Louisiana. All right, complete your worksheet on your own. We're going to talk about more, hopefully a little bit happier stuff instead of why Louisiana is disappearing into the ocean next time. All right, but it's a very important concept for us to understand. All right, see you next time.